You don't ain't asking for your royalties or this much amount for this or this for that. You're gonna get and Puffy, Jeezy, whoever. You know, because they all got like that.
Kind of moving on in the industry, Diddy.
Okay.
Now you did Bad Boys of Comedy.
Yeah.
You did a set on there. How was that experience?
That shit was crazy because, man, that's crazy. Because, okay, so on my set of Bad Boy, it was like 3 comedians that like horribly bombed before me. So, I mean, like horribly. Like one dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but damn, it's Derek Ellis. He was crying. Derek Ellis was crying, like crying. He bombed so hard. And then 2 other people went up after him and bombed. And then I was next. And they was like, man, you've been here a lot of times. I grew up in New York. They was like, bro, you've been here, man. You know what to do. You know how to do it. And I was so scared, man. And they showed me love. The first laugh I got, and it took me like a couple minutes. Like normally I'll come right out to get a laugh, but this was hard, man, like pulling teeth. But I finally got him. Once I got him, it was rolling. As soon as I did good enough, I got the fuck on. Like, I'm out. Because that was not a good crowd. That was a very hard crowd right there.
Right. Now Bad Boys of Comedy came from Puff.
Yeah.
That was part of his push for Bad Boys, his record label, somewhat of a cross-branded play. Now, recently he's been under fire for unfair business practices related to making the band. And even Mace recently dropped a diss, kind of like talking about the publishing. I would ask you, you know, given the relationship that you had with him in the comedy space, would you sign a deal with Diddy?
I'll probably sign a deal with Diddy right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think it's what you ask for, man, in deals. You like it's just like having a relationship. It's like what you do, you could have threesomes in a relationship in the beginning. You could have whatever you want in the beginning, but you got to start off like that. You can't wait 3 months later and then say, I want a threesome or I want it. So I think that's with a record deal. You got to be like, hey, man, I heard you. I mean, because I know a lot of people in the record industry, and they always say, man, you want to sign or you want to do this? I got a comedy album coming out. And they like, you want to, no, man, because you be up, bro. Give me the contract for your homies. Don't give me the contract for the internet niggas. And then people do anything for fame. So you can't really blame him a lot like that. I mean, because he's like, you know, it's a contract. If you're not reading that, you just sign it and say, here.
Whose fault is it? But I think at some point, right, the criticism comes down to with Diddy being an OG and being a black man,
right?
More than likely he's gonna be working with up and coming black talent that don't know no better.
Exactly.
So who's wrong or who's right in this
I think
space?
it's okay. I would say it's not right to be a predator, but I would say you gotta know it's predators. So you gotta know it's people that's like this. Like, you know, like if you don't ain't asking for your royalties or this much amount for this or this for that, you're gonna get and Puffy, Jeezy, whoever. You know, because they all got like that. So it's like, and I don't think it's intentional. I just think it's the business. Like, you know, unless you my mother, I can't really tell you that I'm getting 10% off you or this every time you sell. And once you get 200,000 and I'm making way more than that. I don't think you can really say that to a person they understand. Especially if they don't care about money, they only care about fame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fame is free, people. They just give you that shit.
Why do you think Diddy gets such a bad rap for his business?
Because he's still in business. Nobody ran him out, so it got to be something good about him. I mean, he is legendary. I mean, like Mace, Mace my boy, but, you know, I know personally that Mace wasn't happy about his situation for a long time. And he even, like, stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how you let the contract go away. You just stop working and sit your ass down somewhere and get fat or do something. But, you know, I don't know. I would sign with Diddy right now because I would tell him, look, man, I want this and I want this, I want that, and I want this, I want that. Show me this on paper. All right, let's go. You gotta just know how to deal with people. If you don't do the right deal, you're gonna get period.